Alright, so let's see if the Belarus starts right up, or not starts right up. It's been sitting a couple weeks. Hopefully she fires right up so I can haul some logs around. Got to get in the shed here. It's pretty tight. Tight clearance in the shed to get up in the cab here, and we'll see if it fires. Alright, we're in the Belarus cab, so let's see if it'll start. First thing you got to do is push in the cutoff for the batteries. And then we have a few lights on the dash. Clutch goes in. Nudge the throttle up a little bit. And then we'll turn the key for a little while until the glow plug starts to glow.
When a week before it was due to drop, he canceled it.
And it might take a little while.
Yeah, come on. He said he had
Is it glowing at all yet? Maybe I'd turn the key far enough. There's like a sweet spot in there. Okay, I see it glowing now. So let's see if it fires up. Alright, it did crank a little longer than I'd expect, but it did start right up pretty good. A little cloud of smoke. Alright, so we're going to release the parking brake, twist stick into reverse here, and back it out. Then we'll have to put the boom attachment on so we can drag those logs. So I see the battery light on my camera is kind of flashing, so it's imminently going to croak on me. So I'm going to go do that, and then we'll get the boom on and go do some logs. So I've got this big log chained on the boom here, because I don't think the tongs was going to grab it. I don't necessarily have any expectations of how this is going to go. At least I want to see if I can't drag it out of here a little further, or at least maybe away or farther away from the field so I can get at this other log. So let's go see what happens when I try to lift this. Kind of like I expected. There isn't enough lifting power of the tractor to lift it very much. It seemed to have pooped out, but it is, you can see there's some light under there, so that this end is off the ground a little bit, so I'm thinking it should drag a little easier, so we'll try that now. Well, it's kind of like I was afraid of. This thing's a little too heavy, too much load to drag here. Maybe if I lowered the boom some, because it tried to lift the front of the tractor up a little bit, and it really didn't want to pull. But I did manage to get it more straight with the tree line and away from the field some. So maybe I'll see if we can't get this other smaller diameter log out of here. It's going to be a lot lighter. We'll get him out of here. Then we'll have to come back later and try to cut this into smaller chunks. I did take a shot at it with my chainsaw, which is not big enough really for this, so I'd have to go at it multiple ways. And to get some pieces off of it, hopefully that'll make it more easy to drag. Alright, I think I'm gonna disconnect this and then go try getting this other one out of here. Boy, we have a lot of ripening burdocks here with all the stickers that'll catch on your pant legs. So I'm sure I'll be having a lot of fun with those later when I'm done for the day. Alright, there's a small log that's kind of nailed into the field here. I don't know how deep it goes. I wiggled it a while ago and it didn't seem like it was likely to come out by hand, so I left it till now. Just a little while ago I pulled that one out over there that came from over there in the weeds. So hard to see. So what we're going to do is wrap this chain on here and try to pull it out. So I don't know if I got enough chain wraps on here, but I guess we'll find out if it slips off, there's enough friction, or maybe how hard it is to pull out. We'll walk over here and get at the hydraulic lever. And we'll see what happens. Alright, that came right out. Yay. I was afraid it might slip off or something. But that came out. Now see how far that was in the ground. So that's probably 2.5 feet that it was pushed in the ground. One wonders if there's some broken off part of it down in the hole. I'm not going to go digging for it. And it looks like it should be broke off below ground level far enough that when field equipment comes in here to till this up this fall, that they won't get caught on it. That's really my goal. We don't want to have someone lose a tire in here or break their ripper. Alright, I got the tongs on it, although the chain could be shorter. Maybe I'll reposition that if I get this pulled out of here. It is lifted off the ground on the front edge. And my goal here, I guess that branch over there was part of the same tree. The goal here is to kind of just drag it around and go out that way. And we'll see how that goes. Alright, got this log dragged out around the bend there. It went fairly well. I tried repositioning the chain, but it slipped. It'll be okay until I get out to the pile with it. I'm going to have to rewind the chain on the boom in order to take up the slack there. You can see where there's drag marks here where I dragged it out of where it was. So I believe that this is busted off from up there. If you had watched one of my earlier videos, which was taken a few months ago before things weren't quite so growed back here, tall corn and tall grass. There's the root ball of this very large one that I'm going to have to bust up into smaller pieces if I have any hope of getting it out of here with my equipment. And there's some branches to clean up here. And then next I'm going to work on that stuff over there. Although that might end up being after lunch. It's probably getting close to lunchtime about now. Alright, probably the end of this little segment as I take this out to the pile. And that isn't too exciting. My other videos show some of that. Alright, first branch of those other ones I was looking at earlier, I couldn't keep the tongs on this one, so I just used the chain and dragged it out here. Kind of pushed it up in the pile a little bit, and then I'll bring the chainsaw out here later and cut this stuff up and throw it in the pile. This saves me work of having to put it on a trailer and take it back off the trailer. So let's get this chain out here and then go get another log. The chain caught on things. Alright. Later in the afternoon, I kept working a bit here on this stuff. Some cut logs that I cut off and dragged out. And I'll get this smaller stuff here later along with that pile there. It got quite warm back here, and we have all these semi-ripe burdocks. Some people would call them cockleburs. Burdocks. They got very woody stalks on them. Hard to walk through there. You trip over things. And then we have a bunch of nettles, stingweeds. You don't want to touch these. Depending on how allergic you are, you could have quite a rash from those. So I'd like to get this stuff out of here in the next day or so. But first I'm going to have to chop all this stuff out of here because I can't walk through here, especially with the nettles. And these burdocks, you just trip over them. It's quite a hazard. So I'm going to come down here with a scythe in the morning when it's cooler and have a go with these. It's probably about the best tool I found to deal with these, unless you have a I don't know, a weed eater type device that has saw blades on it. I've seen those. They have like chainsaw blade or chainsaw chains on that whip around instead of the string trimmer. Seem pretty dangerous, but that would probably deal with these woody stalks, because anything else just doesn't work. So yeah, I'm going to sharpen the scythe up. Come down here in the morning before it's too hot. It's about mid 80s right now, but the humidity is pretty high. So making anyone working out in the sun is going to get pretty warm. I don't know if anything's going to happen with this log this weekend. I'm thinking probably not, but it is out of the way of the field here, so it can be dealt with at a later time. It's not getting in anything. But yeah, I'll have to load all this stuff up in trailer, haul this out to the pile. I have a bunch of large branches out there that I'm going to have to cut up with a chainsaw so I can pitch them into the pile, because right now they're kind of staged around the area. Alright, I'm going to call this video for the day.